So guys, we just had a briefing. Benoit just told us what to do, what not to do. We did some changes on the setup, which I cannot tell you, obviously. We also looked at the data, what is a potential best lap time, and now we're going to go out on track, do about 20-minute run, come in, change some things on the setup, hopefully review the data and have a positive outcome, fine-tune the setup, and then go out on track again to finalize. Very tricky conditions, even pit entry, there's drivers struggling to go into the pits. So staying off the white line, staying off the curbs, what they call vibreurs here in France, that's what I learned the hard way. And then hopefully we'll be have a good qualifying session tomorrow on when it actually counts, also in the rain.
Not gonna lie guys, I was incredibly nervous and very, very scared to go out on track, especially without any real racing experience in this car. I tried to just do my best and obviously showcase that I have pace in me, not only to the fans and the partners that are watching, but obviously also the team. So yeah, strap yourself in and feel free to join me around the lap where everything changed.
I spun out guys on the straight, aquaplane on the straight. Yes, I did not hit the wall. I did not hit the wall. The car is okay. The car is okay. Guys, holy shit. Holy shit. Honestly, I was incredibly emotional sitting in the car, like a dream coming true, honestly. Going out on track, scary as and sorry YouTube for my language, it was unbelievable. Car was sliding everywhere. Halfway my stint I was slowly pushing and pushing, and on the point where I did not expect anything at all, literally on the middle of the straight, I aquaplaned. I did like 8 pirouettes, this close from the wall. So unfortunately no damage for me. We went back, I was able to get out of the gravel, driving back on track. We pit, we changed the setup to the same setup as other drivers have. After 2-3 laps, building confidence again, heart rate still being very high, chasing the confidence. On my last lap, we pushed to P3 overall in the session, so crazy result. Incredible learning curve, incredibly emotional feeling at the moment, so hopefully Tom is okay, one of our team members, because he crashed his car, causing a red flag. So fingers crossed he is okay. Unfortunately this happens with racing, but as you can see, the conditions are mental. We should have get our boat license at the moment instead of our racing license. I always say when watching on Formula 1, I'll let them drive. They're professionals, but it's unbelievable how scary it is. And I hope you can appreciate the amount of effort that every driver puts out on track to be doing their absolute best. I hope you can even hear me. The noise is so loud with the tent water, but I need half an hour to relax from this. But damn, a moment to remember for the rest of my life. Tom apparently is okay. His car not so much. The team will do their best to get the car ready for FP2, but as you can see, the damage is quite extensive. So hopefully for him, he will be able to do FP2. But as you see, the rain is incredible, so I don't even know if this is something we should do. But at the end of the day, we all know the risks of racing, and hopefully everyone can go through to FP2 safely. Now FP2, I mean, wow, even wetter than wet. I mean, I've done my best to keep my suit as dry as possible, otherwise the inside of the windscreen will completely fog up. So that job is already done. We're trying to stay underneath the reps here just before we go into the car, and then hopefully we have very good visibility going out on track, but the conditions are horrendous. The weather is so bad that they might not even allow the session to go through because of the water, the standing water. Standing water is catastrophic. If you go like 200 plus kilometers an hour and the water cannot go through the tires, the car becomes a boat. So then I need a boating license, and obviously I don't have one. So yeah, problem. Just kidding. I'm trying to hide my nerves. After the little adventure that I had, I still feel very nervous and stressed, but I think it will give me an extra advantage and keep me sharp during this critical moment in FP2. If we can survive this and bring a good result, I'm sure we can do very good tomorrow in qualifying and during the race. So stay tuned.
FP2 is redemption time. I crashed in FP1, so the pressure was on. The track was soaked, standing water everywhere, and every corner felt like a coin toss. But I had to push, this lap had to count.
Dried up, I was lacking pace.
Yeah, because the pace was good and at the first time, 5, 4 on the run, and after we with the slick.
I think maybe it's because I'm not used to the G-forces still. No, and when it's wet, it's fine. Then I can have good control of the car. Okay. But when it starts to dry up, I notice that that's a problem.
But we can ask to Johan to see what's possible.
Yeah, and to see.
But anyway, you had a good run.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
mistake,
Yeah, no mistake.
nothing. No, you want to
Relax.
do that.
Yeah. was trying to slowly get a little bit faster.
We don't put new tires. Some of our drivers have put new tires.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
At the end it's correct.
So guys, we just finished FP2. We started off very wet conditions, as you might have seen. Now after a couple of laps the rain stopped, so we could have slowly improved. At the end of the day, the pace was good. I was driving on old tires. I got slowly more confidence in the car. We put new brake pads and new rotors on there, so I had to bed them in a little bit. Then after a couple of laps, the pace was really there. I even saw P3, P4 on the board, which was great. Gave me lots of confidence and clearly again showcased that I'm going to be able to compete. However, when the track dried up, I was lacking confidence to brake later and go earlier on the throttle. So I started my time dropping compared to others, so it's going to be difficult to see what the result will be tomorrow. However, I was driving on old wet tires and there were some drivers that were having new tires on the car, so that might also be a difference. At the end of the day, I learned a lot. The drivers learned a lot as well about my driving. The engineers learned how the car is behaving with my driving style. And at the end of the day, we have a very conclusive testing done. So tomorrow we can go into the qualifying and into the race with a little bit more confidence. As we're standing here in this room, not sure if you're familiar, but if you're watching Formula 1 or Auto Series, you have the minimum weight of the car that needs to be respected. Obviously the car can be weighed on the scales that you see right behind me, and the driver with its equipment needs to be weighed as well before to take any drinks. And I can tell you, with the cocktail party tonight at 7, I'm going to take 1 or 2 drinks to forget all the stress for tomorrow and just enjoy also being here, because at the end of the day it is a dream that comes true.
I won't see it.
Good morning guys, still a bit of sleepy eyes, but not because I'm not interested in what's going to happen today, because I could barely sleep. Today's going to be the first qualifying ever for me in the Alpine Elf Cup, so I'm going to be very excited to see what we can do. It looks to be 50-50 dry-wet, so hopefully I will have a decent qualifying pace. I need to remember how to warm up the tires properly and push. We're taking a lot of risk to get a good position. Apparently the race is going to be in the wet, so it's going to be difficult to see what's going to happen, but worst case scenario, if qualifying does not go my way, at least we have an exciting race ahead of us, so let's see what happens. Guys, it's going to be very, very difficult. We're going out on qualifying very soon, and what's going to happen is we are going to have a lot of rain in the start of the qualifying session, so hopefully we will be able to do a good lap on the slicks. Sorry, Johan. Yeah, I can hear you.
Qualifying it is on dry conditions. The track is still very green and my knowledge about the car and how far I can push it on new tires is still very little, but join me around on a lap here on track and let me know in the comments what you think I did wrong during this lap.
Unfortunately not the result that we wanted, guys. Outside the top 10 I believe. We were doing very well at the beginning, but unfortunately I don't know, brake bias was wrong, or I just messed up. Big learning curve, I would say, when we're going to do the debrief. Hopefully the engineer would say, see something that is wrong, or my technique or the car, and we can adjust. I'm here to win, and you cannot win if you start your all the way at the back. So yeah, just sucks, but that's racing. We will have to see, and then hopefully with the rain it can be in my favor and I can push up back to the front again. But my main competitors are not far away, so yeah, fingers crossed, and we'll see. But yeah, not the result we wanted.
First is possible.
Yes.
Because the minimum speed is
Very little.
Là, he's good attack. Huh?
Yeah, merci.
Ah.
Did you see? Okay guys, qualifying is about to start. Luca is now driving the car to pre-grid. We just discussed our qualification strategy. It's going to be very difficult because the track is still wet and is slowly drying. The sun is out, so it's going to be very difficult now to see who can push the fastest lap out at the end of the session. Anything can happen. I feel confident, learned a lot, so let's see what we can do. We aim for top 5. Guys, I start to feel the pressure, can't lie, but the car looks great. We've got new tires, so yeah, again, living the dream. Hopefully, a good qualifying session now, keeping my head cool. The teammates are amazing, they allow me to drive behind them so I can see and get more confidence from their braking, and then hopefully yeah, we have a same result or a better result as yesterday.
Knife between the teeth and drive like a maniac. That was my objective for qualifying too, and it was paying off. I could see myself P3, P2, even P1 at some point on the leaderboard during the session and while the track was drying up. But as you can hear, the car has a mechanical failure which will bite me in the ass later. Why? I'll explain later.
Guys, very unfortunate result. We were I don't know, we were P1, P2, P3 in qualifying, very good pace, track was drying. We got called in by the race director because of a mechanical failure. Really sad. The team did an amazing job to fix the car quickly, but unfortunately not quickly enough for me to go out one more lap and do a push lap. So P15, very disappointed in the result. But yes, shit happens, mechanical sport, so let's see what we can do in the race. Qualifying went absolute horseshit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was perfect. We were doing P2, P3 all the time, push on a very drying track. Unfortunately, 5 minutes before the end, I had a mechanical failure. My own fault, not the team's fault, by going wide in turn 9, hitting the curb with the bottom of the car. And I was dragging apart on the track, so the race director called me in. Unfortunately, no time to set another lap, so I'm starting from P15. But I asked for new tires. I'm going to be holding the knife between my teeth and push like hell. Doesn't look very good. It's going to be very dangerous, but I have to do what I have to do and try and see to overtake as much as I can.